Townscaper is unironically one of the best sandbox games of all time. There is no story. You just open the game on a wide still sea, where you can place a platform along an uneven grid. Like any good sandbox game, it's simple, almost too simple. Left click to place down a house or platform, right click to delete said house. And holding them down helps you navigate. At first you'll probably just be tempted to build some road homes, big buildings, and perhaps even some canals. This game probably sounds terrible, a very boring sandbox with very little to do after the initial gimmicks. I feel like other games like WorldBox and Minecraft becoming numbing with their shallow gimmicks that almost seem to limit creativity. Instead, Townscaper takes simple, minimalistic concepts and adds depth to them. A great example of this is when you build your first courtyard and see that beautiful flat grass in the middle that you'll be trying to emulate for the rest of your playthrough. Then maybe you try and add some water, or an arch, and realise said grass disappears. Over time you learn to be more creative under the set rules of the game, and you'll eventually learn to thrive. My favourite example of this is one of my worlds where I built a massive island garden that I imagine the elite rich will go on holiday to get away from the hustle and bustle of the main island with the city. Eventually I expanded this concept out, realising I can make a whole massive central island with its own castle in the middle. I even made a Marie Antoinette village where the royals can pretend to be poor for their Instagrams. There's actually a lot more to this game than just brick houses. You can build floating islands, a massive countryside, a bunch of slum houses above the water, massive bridges, apartment blocks, skyscrapers, fortresses, mazes, gardens with statues, and much more. The possibilities of this game seem endless, within 9 colours, 2 controls, and a lot of inspiration. Admittedly, as you can see by my Steam review, I did not initially appreciate the simplicity of Townscaper. But though I said in my review adding proper markets or districts would be cool, this game is not a city builder, it's a townscaper. It makes no sense to do this, you're just working with the landscape that you've created. In a world where there's a new block in Minecraft every fucking year, Townscaper stands out not only in its stubborn opposition to modern sandbox genres, but also as the spirit of a game developed about making something that's really fun, relaxing, and enjoyable. And of course making sales. Holy shit, this game milked at the box office. Townscaper is a cult these days. The subreddit is filled with creative builds and stuff that really makes your own stuff seem like shit. How the hell did someone build the Colosseum, Empire State Building, a sci-fi helix, Venice? If you can think of something, someone's probably built it. I think the best thing about Townscaper is that it will inevitably end. One day you will inevitably run out of things to build, and you'll one day turn it off. In a world where games are trying to achieve immortality with things like minecoins, Townscaper will inevitably become stale, and that's one of the best things about it. I'm not making this video to praise Townscaper as an anti-game, I don't believe that was the initial premise, but it milked a lot of money and probably made more than I ever will in my life. And I think this game is brilliant for bringing out creativity in people who might not naturally be creative. I bet I can get my grandma to play this game and enjoy it. In fact, I will after I make this video. It brings me back to the joy of older video games where you would just work within a small amount of creativity, becoming obsessed over the little freedoms games gave you. And I think that's awesome. I want to say a huge thanks to Oscar Stolberg for making one of my favourite games. I'm aware this must have been a huge burden to deal with the success and eventually get rid of support for the game. So he's awesome. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and more videos are coming soon.